We need to talk about first the reigning champions PSG. They win it for the first time 2 seasons ago, follow that up by winning it again. Now they're looking to do something that not many teams have been able to do. Nico, in going on to win it for a 3rd consecutive time, would you make of the schedule that they were given in this draw?
Yeah, hopefully for them, they now try to make top 8. They won the Champions League twice, not finishing in the top 8. And for that, you need to take care of business at home. I have faith that they can get it done against Galatasaray, Slovan Bratislava, and Roma. They played Barca again. Let's remember that last season they also played Barca in the league phase, and they just edged them out. They were playing their subs. So we'll see how much emphasis they put on that Barcelona game. Of course, this is not the schedule. The schedule will be out on Saturday, so it's not in that order. The first 2 teams right there that you see are the pot 1 teams, then pot 2 successively all the way to pot 4. So overall, I think there's potential for PSG to finally finish in the top 8.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Problem is, though, I'm not sure they're bothered. They've won it twice the last 2 seasons. Yeah. They have a methodology. They have an approach. It clearly works, doesn't it? So I genuinely don't know what their mindset is going into this first phase, the first league phase of the tournament.
So what's the benchmark between the average of both 2 league phases? It's about 15 points.
I think 16 points
to make it top 8.
It was very consistent the first 2 years. 16 got you in, 15 was 9th.
Okay, so 16 points is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
All right, PSG against Barca. How many points you want to give them? They're at home. 3 points?
1.
Okay, 1 point. At City.
3.
That's 4.
I don't give them 3, but okay.
Okay. Against Roma.
Project.
Home.
3. So
7 points. At Aston Villa.
Repeat the Super Cup. Do you remember that ding-dong they had a couple of seasons ago as well? Point.
That's 9.
Hang on. But
8.
Aston Villa.
8, sorry.
Aston Villa, no.
Okay, whatever.
3.
3?
They can have 3.
That's already 10 points. At home against Galatasaray.
They win.
Okay, 13 points.
They win against Barcelona.
At Villarreal. Let's just say a point. Let's just say, just to be fun. At home against Bratislava.
3.
That's now 17 points. And then at Como, I think they can win. That's 20 points.
Yeah, but I think that the biggest difference that I have in how I view it is similar to what Shreeves was talking about. I don't know what their mentality is like in these first 8 games. These last 2 years that they went on to win it, they didn't make it in the top 8, and they obviously won it. And I do think that this first half of the season, they always kind of tread lightly. They're not throwing all their guys out there every single game. Like you said, so yourself, against Barcelona, of all teams, they played their reserves, even though they won. So I'm curious what they put out there, and I actually don't have them in my top 8 in qualifying directly. So not because of the schedule. I think their schedule is manageable. The three easy home games, 1 hard one against Barcelona, and then you never know what you're going to get with some of those away games. But I just don't think they go 100% full throttle.
So, Geoff, maybe you don't see them prioritizing doing better in the league phase than they have done before to avoid those extra 2 games.
No, Claudia, I have no answer for you whatsoever. Right? All I'm saying.
Why are you here?
Benny, I'm making the point that they lose games in the early stages, and it doesn't seem to bother them. It doesn't seem to upset their rhythm. So I'm just wondering about their mindset. It's as though they can coast.
But do you think it's more likely that they go all out, kind of like what Nico's saying, where they're going to take care of business and try and avoid those 2 games, or they're more no problem if we need those extra 2 games?
Well, the other things as well, because they've won it twice, which is an incredible feat in itself, they have a methodology. So if they do lose points in the early games, they're not going to panic.
I agree.
So, and they're certainly not a worse team than they were last year. They're the favourites to win it again. So I just can't get my head round PSG and the league phase. They're quite happy. It's as though they've said to themselves, we don't want to be the team that everybody's hunting. We'd rather be the hunters. We don't want to head the pack.
So you think it's tactical?
No, I've got no idea, but it works.
Is there any of these teams that PSG are taking on that you think could shock them?
I think an Aston Villa could do it. I mean, I think the home games, I think they take care of business. Obviously, Barcelona's not going to shock anybody if they go into Paris and win. Yeah. But the away games, I think Como could do something special. I think Aston Villa could. Man City could. I don't know if Villarreal, how much they're going to put into it. But, yeah, any of those away games could be
How much will it depend, though, on the order of the games? in terms of, you know, if they go back. If they are, let's say it comes out that they are Barca. Say it comes out as is, actually. Say it comes out as is.
Amazing.
So that their toughest games, if you take the bottom 3 away, their toughest games
Would be at the beginning.
Yeah. So
I think they feel like those back end games are going to give them 12 points. Those bottom 4 there, or maybe 3 or 4 of them. So I don't even think they could do the same thing. Put their reserves in against Barcelona again.
Listen, I think PSG in the 2 knockout stage games, the knockout stage playoffs that they drew French teams also. Against Brest the first time out, and they demolished them, and then it was Monaco, right? When you play a team from your league, I think it's a little bit different, especially when you're the big brother always, right, to those teams, or at least in recent history. So to a certain degree, they got lucky there. I think they're going to genuinely try to finish top 8 this time. Just get a rest. They've been nonstop for the last 2 years, quite literally. They haven't really had too much of either a preseason or a vacation. The best fullback in the world, in Nuno Mendes, or one of, he looked gassed at the World Cup. Tired, very tired. And even if they rotated in Liga, he looked
do you think
depleted.
that's why they brought Luca Dean in?
100%. To have that depth, that quality and depth as well, to be able to rotate guys, rest some guys, because PSG has really been non-stop over the last 2 years. Think about it. They won the Champions League, then they went into the Club World Cup, and then they had no rest time to go all the way again, get to the Champions League final, and then most of their players into the World Cup. It's been a long 2 years for them.
It truly has. It feels like no off-season for them.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount+.